country, I think, breathed a collective sigh of relief as dawn broke this morning. It was clear that something monumental was happening. I'm talking, of course, about the Worcester Wolves, who are about to take on the Leicester Riders in the BBL Cup Semi Final, and
it is a simple case of let's get the job done tonight. I really like this matchup. I think there are quality matchups all over the floor for both teams, and both teams are set out this season to win things.
Well, Jesse Chuku and Amir Williams going to jump it up for us. Worcester take the opening tip, so the arrow points the other way. Cortez Edwards is going to have a job to do tonight. Nice matchup with Jamel Anderson, as you say, John.
Definitely, yeah.
Hughes had a great game for Worcester last time out.
He did. I mean, last week's game, realistically, was a bit of a blowout in the finish. This isn't going to be a blowout for sure.
Well, name on right, can't finish. Kofi Joseph, right, went down heavy on the elbow. Hughes hands off to Kofi Joseph. Joseph jacks up the triple. Thompson.
It's actually interesting that Kofi got that shot off so quickly. You know, sort of, okay, yes, he missed it, but he's found his range now. And literally a case of, you know, let's get that shot gone. Live with it and let's go back to work. Come down the next one, knock it down.
Nelson Henry goes over the top. That's Amir Williams.
Again, that's a nice matchup that we're going to see a lot of all night. The two big boys inside.
Edwards now for Worcester. Jamel Anderson. Much more experienced than him in the BBL. The Anderson household full of silverware. Josephs with the rearrange off the window, no good. Riders by 2, 8:45 to play.
Misplaced pass there.
Nelson Henry just tips it away. So Cortez Edwards now for the Wolves. To Joseph. Williams with the screen. They go back to May Thompson. Great defence from the Leicester Riders, running Worcester off the three-point line. Hughes jacks up from downtown. He was red hot from that position. Last time out for Worcester against Surrey. Cartwright now for Leicester. Cartwright puts up the triple, no good. Joseph's off the ironwork, only 2 registered on the scoreboard. Not much for the operator to do so far. Kofi Joseph dances his way inside, what a block, but Amir Williams picks it up, gets the afters, 2 off the window, and he's going to the line for the bonus.
Yeah, that's just a great play. Both ends of the floor. You see Cartwright for Leicester go to the basket hard. You see Worcester rebound the ball, kick it out, come straight back down the floor, go straight to the basket. They pick up the rebound. And Williams doing what he's good at, rebounding the ball, putting it in the basket and on the free throw line again.
Yeah, Williams strokes the triple from the line. Last time these two teams met, different rosters of course, 121-70 was the score in favour of Leicester. But let's not forget, the last final buzzer tonight is essentially half-time.
Yeah.
Name on right with the triple, no good, back iron. Good board from Raheem May Thompson. Worcester going to have to do a good job crashing the boards tonight.
Yeah, and I think in the opening exchanges that we're seeing here, they are doing a really good job of, you know, keeping Leicester to one shot, rebounding the ball. Again, you could say it, but the opposite end of the floor, Leicester are doing exactly the same.
Yeah. Well, you said, didn't you, John, coming in, you know, there's matchups everywhere right here. Amir Williams, it's a shame we've got no Mo Walker. That would have been one hell of a battle.
That would indeed. Oh, definitely, yes.
I'd have paid money just to see those two guys play.
Indeed, I completely agree.
So, on the inbounds, name on right.
Block.
Hughes picks up from that great block from Amir Williams. Edwards goes inside, off the window. He's skywalking right there.
Coach will be really happy with that offense there. Coach Paternoster coming out and sparking more orders at his team.
And the crowd, well, it hasn't taken them long to get into this game. Defence is the cry. Cartwright now for Leicester. And I think on the perimeter, right, name on right with the triple again. Back iron, no good. Leicester come up with the ball.
I think that's the only, maybe the first or second offensive rebound that Leicester have got.
Once again, it's off the front of the ring. Coach Rob Paternoster pacing his area there. Raheem May Thompson goes to bank it in off the window. No good, down into the hands, name on right. Here come the Riders. once again. 6:26 to play in the first quarter. Cartwright now slashes his way to the bucket, goes to dump it off, no good, into the hands of Cortez Edwards. He hands it off to Hughes.
So tight.
With the throw down for Worcester.
Excellent. And I love this game as well, with it being a home game for Worcester. Remember, like we say, end of the game tonight is only half time. Worcester have got to go to Leicester and play there. The crowd really need to lift Worcester to hopefully get a win tonight.
Well, 5-point game. Nelson Henry drops it in off the window, make that 3. Early days.
Yeah, I think both teams are still feeling each other out here.
Absolutely.
When either team goes to the basket, if one of the bigs is there, they're obviously going to contest the shot. But we're still looking to see, everything's get to the basket from Worcester and Leicester's point of view, get to the basket first. And it's nice to see that Worcester are actually playing what I would sort of say is a Leicester style of basketball, what Leicester are known for.
Well, second team foul of the game for the Riders. That was on Cartwright. Wade Thompson steps out of bounds. Yeah. Evenly balanced, really. 3 points separate the two teams.
Nothing really in it at the moment. Just both teams feeling each other out. And nice to see that realistically Worcester haven't picked up any fouls yet.
Cartwright feeds inside to Chuku. Can't finish from there. Chuku picked up by Kofi Josephs for Worcester. Hughes, Wade Thompson, Josephs just loses his grip on the floor. Amir Williams was just stepping outside just in case that ball came out. That's a beautiful pass to Jamal Anderson for the throwdown.
That's just great fast break basketball from Leicester, really good. I mean, Jamal Anderson running the floor there, quality. There's his lace, right lace is undone. Ref could stop the game if he sees that, because it's Wolves ball, could be sideline ball.
Well, meantime,
let's not stop the game, let's take that basket.
Yeah, absolutely. Mark Hughes capitalises on the four-man play. Here they come again. Jesse Chuku dances inside, kicks it back out to Cartwright. 8 on the shot clock. Cartwright floats it up from the free throw line, misses the ironmongery in front of the window. Amir Williams is there, gets it to Edwards. Oh my goodness me, get out of town, says Amir Williams.
Awesome basketball. Cortez still struggling to get his shoelace tied up. What would be going on if his lace was actually tied?
Jesse Chuku now for the Riders. Goes inside, by the way, yet again. Here comes Cortez Edwards. Hughes. Worcester just taking the pace out of the offense. The speed with which Leicester are back on D is extraordinary.
Typical of a Rob Paternoster coach team. Really typical.
Williams just puts it over the top, but no good. No good. So, name on right now on the perimeter. Name on right goes inside, draws the foul. He's going to go to the line to shoot 2. First foul of the game for Worcester.
Yeah. And, hey, look, I mean, 3 minutes 17 left on the clock, and that's the first foul for Worcester. As a coach, I'm happy with that. Very happy. Mark Hughes checking out, and Martin Boutneck checking in, as well as Williams going out, and Van Sau's coming in.
Name on right.
What I like there is like for like, realistically.
And Nelson Henry checking out for the Riders. Josh Ward-Hibbett and Andrew Thompson check in, and we said the depth in every position that Rob Paternoster has at his disposal, and experience, of course.
Oh yes, yeah.
These guys are no strangers to the big games. They ground out an incredible win last week from 15 points down, I think it was at half time. Chuku with the turnaround, fall away, no good. Right on the buzzer, Julius Van Sauers now for Worcester. Martin Boutneck, Worcester captain. Edwards.
Intense defence by Jamal Williams, all over Cortez Edwards there. Getting to the basketball and Martin.
He must be Jamal Anderson's cousin. Right, many times at the other end. Offensive foul. Raheem Thompson stands his ground.
Great stand, well done.
So, 5-point lead. 2:36 to play in the first quarter of the ball game. Or should we call it the first eighth of the ball game?
Yeah, we could do.
We could do that, couldn't we? Let's not. I know the maths is going to get far too complex for my simple brain. 15-11 is the score. So wherever you look, there's not a cigarette paper between any of these teams. Don't smoke, kids. Very bad for you. Other forms of paper are, of course, available. So Boutnick gets us back underway. May Thompson for Worcester. Cortez Edwards around the perimeter. Kofi Joseph now at the top. May Thompson off the pick and roll. Can't get the ball in. Joseph stop and go. Drives inside. Can't finish. Boutnick just couldn't reach it. Yeah. Is stripped away by Josh Ward. Hit it to the finger roll. Can't finish. Unlucky bounce. They ship the ball down to Josephs. He goes to May Thompson. Somehow keeps the ball alive. And foul is the call. Wow, he did well there.
That whole play phase I really enjoyed. You know, literally, Worcester go to the basket. They get the shot blocked. Leicester come back, go route one straight down the middle. They get a stop, and eventually we get a foul called. Great stuff.
So Joseph feeds Van Sowers inside. Van Sowers,
tough job, Van Sowers.
Hard to the bucket, cannot finish. Goes to pick the junk up, can't make anything from it. Scott now for Leicester. He goes cross court. Josh Wood. When he thought about the three, was wide open. Dances inside, doesn't finish.
Oh, that's a late call.
The call is the call. Referee's blown up. Not literally blown up. I don't mean he's exploded. He's blown his whistle. The referee's blown up.
He's still here, everybody. He's still here.
That's worthy of David Coleman, that one, isn't it, really? The referee has blown up.
He got the call. He got the call.
Well, if Worcester get out to a double-digit lead, the only thing blowing up in here is going to be the Leicester coach, Rob Paternoster, and he does it in spectacular style. I think I've rarely seen a competitor like him. An extraordinarily talented coach.
Yes. He was an extraordinarily talented player. When he first came over, I'll tell you what, I had the pleasure of watching him play several times, and very, very flamboyant, but got the job done, and he's carried that over to his coaching career. And if not one of the, probably one of the best coaches in the British game that we've seen.
Ward Hibbett made 1 from 2 with those. So 4-point game. Kofi Josephs checking out for Mark Hughes. 1:42 to play in the first quarter of this ball game.
Yeah, what I like, from Leicester's point of view right here, they're not exactly, they're clawing their way back into the game, but I like, from Leicester's point of view, you like the fact that Worcester haven't scored. They've had 1 or 2 offensive attacks to the basket. They haven't scored off them. The scoreboard wasn't ticking over.
Boutnick couldn't finish. He's clattered in the middle of 4 defenders. Josh Ward Hibbett now just hands it off to Jesse Chukwu. Chukwu dances inside, kicks it out. They go to Scott. Good defense from Worcester, running him off the line.
Yeah, great job, Worcester.
But Josh Ward Hibbett can't finish. They manage to get it away somehow. They get it to Cortez Edwards. He kicks it out to Mark Hughes for the triple. This time, no good.
Great job by Cortez trying to chase that down.
Scott can't hold on to it.
And I look back to a couple of weeks ago when Worcester played the Newcastle game, and we talked about them, that pendulum swinging backwards. And I think it swung in Worcester's way to start with. Right about now, I'd say it's just starting to turn, swing back towards Leicester. But hey, it's still an open game. Wolves are up by a couple, under a minute to go.
58.6 seconds to play. Riders on 14 fouls, so anything else now. And they're going to go to the line. Worcester, last week, they did a great job of inhaling that defence, really.
They did, yeah.
To drive the foul count. Scott, Josh Ward Hibbett now, he dances around the perimeter. Thompson for 3! No good. That was a great ball from Jesse Chukwu. Fabulous work to find that foul.
I completely agree. And the thing for me is, earlier on in the game, they took that shot from Thompson. Worcester rebound, outlet fast break. Didn't happen there. That's for me. That's a key. Make Leicester have to run back and play defence.
Jesse Chukwu now on the line for the Leicester Riders. just ticking over their side of the scoreboard. 3-point game. 4:20 to play. Jesse Chukwu is picture perfect from the line for the Riders.
First time I've seen Jesse Chukwu play, and actually what I'm seeing of him, I'm liking a lot.
Cortez Edwards. Hughes just plucks it out of the hands of Josh Ward. Amir Williams bundles his way to the bucket.
He got to the basket, he got the score, there was no contact there apparently. Saying no more about that.
Ward Hibbert, Scott, Anderson, Thompson back inside to Anderson.
Good job by Van Sowers.
Yeah. Good job by Anderson, he's drawn the foul.
And I think this potentially down the stretch, you know, this is what's going to maybe hurt teams when we get to the fourth quarter. If it's a critical quarter, you know, we hope it will be. Where's the foul count going to lie?
Yeah.
Who's going to have what fouls? Who's going to be able to play hard physical basketball? And who's going to be able to get the job done?
Jamal Anderson on the line. Beautiful form to his shot. Jamal Anderson strikes the first of those two. 11 seconds remain in this first quarter. It's Leicester by 2.
Leicester again, just been
Wolves by 2, I should say. 2-point game. Bountnett really threaded the needle there to find Anderson. It's a good pass.
Yep.
Kicking out to Hughes, now drives inside. The high floater off the window, but there's the buzzer end of the first quarter. Rob Paternoster urging his team back to the bench. Sound like a broken record. It is only half time at the end of this game, in essence. And actually, the second leg not until sort of mid-January, I think.
It's the 3rd of January. Friday, the 3rd of January.
It's quite a way out, isn't it? Because generally they were back-to-backs.
They would normally were over a weekend or a space of a week. Yeah.
Thompson, no good with that one. I know that Coach Matt Newby wasn't crazy about that. I'm sure.
I think Worcester also have a game on the. They play the game on the Friday, and they also go and play a league game on the Saturday or the Sunday, which, you know, not a bad thing, but not an ideal situation.
Here comes Scott for Leicester.
And I think just down there, what we just saw, that's where Worcester, you know, they're doing a good job of getting the ball inside. They've got to capitalise and finish.
Hibbert goes to Andrew Thompson for 3, strikes the triple for Leicester.
Andy Thompson, he's done it for every team he's played on, hasn't he? You know, just quality. Got to guard
lead of the game. 1-point game. Leicester Riders. Kofi Josephs. Goes to Van Sowers. Van Sowers drives inside, gets the foul, and he's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
And interestingly there, Van Sowers doing exactly what Leicester have been doing. You know, put the ball to the 3-point line, reverse the ball. We don't get to the open 3, so let's drive to the basket. You know, sort of putting the game into the referee's hands, but I like that.
Well, Van Sowers now, chance to add another 2 for Worcester. Can't tie it up with the first, so the best he can do is tie the game up. Nothing too much on the scoreboard in that first quarter to trouble either bench in terms of foul count.
It still makes for a really entertaining game.
Absolutely. Julius Van Sowers locks it up at 14 apiece. 1 minute into the second quarter of the ball game. Scott now for the Leicester Riders. Jamal Anderson, Andy Thompson. Thompson is looking for a way around Williams. Jamal Anderson muscles his way hard inside. Williams just picks it off. Here comes Martin Bountnett, and that is going to be blocking foul.
It's a great call by the official, I think.
He's moved across him, and they're going to call that all day. He's telling him he's going to call it all day and all night.
But to be honest, any younger players out there watching this game now, you know, it's nice to see it. Even at a professional level, the referees will take the time to discuss and talk the players through where they're going wrong. I like that a lot.
So Hughes now. Hughes drives hard on the baseline. What a beautiful finish! Really reverses off the window. Mark Hughes,
and looked as though he was going actually nowhere, and just finishes the player like that. Really good.
He's a young man who is loving his basketball so far this season.
He is. He's got the opportunity to shine. He's doing it.
Oh, Andy Thompson once again I think nails it from downtown.
That is interesting. That, you know, Van Sowers is having to help inside slightly, then come out and guard Thompson. Thompson's realised that and just knocking that down.
Hughes is tripped by Andy Thompson. I think it's probably, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, I suppose. Just one of those, isn't it?
Hey, look, I'll take the official's call any day.
Yeah.
I'm always happy when the referee blows their whistle.
So, Andy Thompson taking a breather. So, Van Sowers checks out for Worcester. Ray Thompson checks in. Nelson Henry for the Leicester Riders. Martin Boutnick now. We'll take a look at it. Beautiful movement from Hughes to find that shot. Couldn't finish, rattles out.
Desperately unlucky. Great shot. Good luck. Desperately unlucky not to finish.
Name on right, hard to the bucket. Scott puts up the three. And it just rims out.
Yeah. Both ends of the floor, the basket's not being friendly to the players.
1 point game. Martin Boutnick now for Worcester. The crowd urging their team on here. Ray Thompson. Kofi Joseph. Well,
great job.
He made it. Yeah, he got away with the travel. 1 point game. Nothing in it. So, name on right now. Pulls up at the free throw line.
And we've seen in the last couple of plays here, we go back to what happened in the first quarter, you know. Leicester being held to one-shot offences, Worcester bringing the ball down, yes, patient on offence, but getting to the basket. When Worcester play this style of basket, when they can get into this rebound and run offence, I really like Worcester's offence. And I think it suits them, and it hurts Leicester.
3 point game. Nelson Henry now backing down on
Amir
Williams. No good. Amir Williams collects it. They go to Martin Boutnick now. Boutnick directs the traffic. Williams, he muscled his way through. Boutnick thought about it.
Coach Paternoster taking a timeout there. Obviously seen something he doesn't like. And to be fair, I think that's a great timeout from Coach Paternoster's point of view. Leicester seems to be. I think first and foremost, for me, the defensive intensity wasn't there the last two offensive plays for the Worcester Wolves. So I think that's the first thing he will address. Getting back to playing tough defence, getting stops. But again, also, it'll be a case of let's finish on the play.
Yeah. Cartwright.
Tough job.
Scott couldn't hang on to it. Great pick up from Raheem May Thompson. Joseph couldn't hang on to it.
Good hands there from.
It's like pinball. Here comes Hughes once again. Just picks it off. Drives inside. Can't get the finish. But he's going to go to the line to earn those the old-fashioned way.
Yeah. Again, go back to Worcester. Outlet the ball. Run to the basket. Let's get there. I think he actually called that as a charge.
Well, he ain't going to the line.
Yeah,
and he ain't doing anything old-fashioned.
But interestingly that we both thought that it was a defensive foul. Fair enough, the referee got a better angle than we had, and he called it differently. I'm not going to argue with that.
Indeed. Cartwright, he goes to name on right. Nelson Henry just dumps it off to right. It was a nice dish and a beautiful finish from name on right.
And you see there, there was no help that came across from Worcester. There was no help on the interior.
Edwards now. Boutnick. Williams muscles his way inside. Boutnick once again.
Good shot from Boutnick. Good to take that one.
Good board from Amir Williams. Bad decision though. He was under the basket. Should have put it away. Collected the two.
And like we talked about that pendulum earlier, swinging back Leicester's way again.
Yeah,
Worcester put a nice run together earlier. Timeout from Coach Paternoster. Swings back Leicester's way.
Within 4:54 to play. Kofi Josephs, he pulls up at the elbow.
Nice shot.
In it goes. And it's Wolves by 3. There's just nothing between them at all. And we said at the top of the show tonight, this is one of those fixtures that so often goes off like a firecracker, particularly down the stretch.
Definitely.
Cartwright.
good switch there from May Thompson with Martin Boutner.
Henry with a spin fadeaway, no good. Amir Williams, that's going to be a Riders ball from the end line. Amir Williams just got his hand on it. So, the referee called end line ball. So, the Leicester bench yelling instructions. Nelson Henry at the elbow.
Anderson just looking back to check back in for the Riders.
Good work by Scott there. Foul on the floor, says the referee.
On Williams, Amir Williams.
Joe Scott takes the breather for the Riders.
Amir Williams, first foul. Joe Scott sits down. Jamal Anderson checks back in, and it's one of those things that Rob Palinostro does better than most. His defensive organisation.
Yeah, it's good, very good.
Completely nailed down on defence.
And like we said earlier, I think that's what led to the timeout earlier. Since they've come back out of that timeout, you know, they've been locked in on defence for my liking. Leicester have been locked in on defence again, and we see them. You know, I always think defence runs your offence. You know, if you can get defensive stops, you can make it extremely difficult for the offensive team to score. You're going to get to the basketball.
Name on right. Hits it, so blocked up. 24 apiece, 4:02 to play. 3 fouls either side of the scoreboard in the quarter.
Yeah.
May Thompson, Edwards, suddenly Worcester seems to have woken up. A bit of pace for Boutneck now. There the lane opened up in front of him. That was like the parting of the Red Sea.
Yeah, and a nice bit of patience from Worcester's offence, and also seeing that, massive gaps open up to attack the basket.
Name on right. Beautiful work. Drives inside, bundles his way under. Edwards was looking for a dropped elbow, dropped shoulder, I think.
And
that wasn't coming anytime
and also,
soon.
I think from the offensive point of view, taking the ball at May Thompson a little bit, knowing he's on 2 fouls.
Well, Boutneck's had his pocket picked. Cartwright is up at the top. Chuku goes inside. And that is going to be and one.
And May Thompson's third.
And May Thompson, on 3 fouls.
Nelson Henry.
So
2 fouls for May Thompson. Substitutions for the Wolves. Wayne Katenge checks in.
And this is where, from Worcester's point of view, how much is it now going to hurt having Jordan Williams on the bench, not playing tonight? Well, having said that, I think the guy's not knocking the team. They're doing a great job without his presence. Currently.
Yeah, it's an added dimension, isn't it?
Yeah.
So Wayne Katenge checked in now for Worcester, just to give a bit of additional bulk.
Yeah,
down low.
The thing is, Wayne's got 5 fouls he can play with. Let's be physical, Wayne. Let's get in there, be disruptive. Let's see what this guy can do as well. He's not had many minutes this season, but I'm sure he wouldn't be on the team if he was not capable.
Absolutely. So Kofi Josephs.
8, Jamal Anderson.
There again we see, Worcester get to the basket. The referee's making good calls for my liking so far. Anderson, who just checked back into the game, has checked back out within a matter of, minute or so.
So, Hughes on the inbound. Julius Van Sowers is off to his countryman, Martin Boutneck. He drives inside. Couldn't get the finger roll to drop. The ball is alive.
Ooh, interesting.
Name on right from the corner. Name on right is certainly alive tonight.
How did he get that ball? At one point behind his back to the side of him, he's going the opposite way. Still made the pass and he knocks out the big 3. Great basketball.
Riders by 5 now. Kofi Josephs out of Van Sowers. Mark Hughes. Hughes at the top. 8 on the shot clock. That was a little bit wide for Boutneck, but he puts up the 3. He has nailed it!
Response and a turnover. Great steal by the Wolves there.
Martin Boutneck shooting that one from the car park.
knocking it down. But also, for my liking as well, that stop there, the steal, you know. Riders really always really good, quick inbounds, run the floor, they go, Joseph, stop there, and there we see Joseph getting to the basket again.
Ties it up, little 5-point run, gets Worcester back on level terms at 31 apiece with 1:44 to play. Here come Leicester again now, Cartwright.
And the arena coming alive now.
Nelson Henry, little baby hook over the top of Julius Van Sowers, finds another two.
But what I like right there is, you know, Leicester's starting big man going up against Wayne, number 22.
Shows it. Oh, my word, and he is going to go to the line for a 4-point play.
Absolutely fantastic play. Just when you thought the pendulum was swinging back Leicester's way, Worcester sort of turned the screw, so to speak, knock out big shots, and sort of say to Leicester, you've still got to play, guys.
Big shot. I always think it's one of the greatest sights in sport. A beautifully placed 3-point shot under pressure is a thing of absolute beauty.
I tell you.
Kofi Joseph on the line. Well, he couldn't have written that. That is for sure. Doesn't make it. Doesn't get that bounce. Arena holding their breath. So 1-point game. Worcester Wolves 1:18 to play. Here come Leicester Riders with Scott.
You know, both teams still in this game. Here they go back again. I was saying earlier, Wayne's guarding the biggest guy on the floor now. I actually like this because, you know, Wayne's doing a great job there, making him have to work, making him use dribbles.
Nelson Henry, he's got a trademark, I think, right there. Worcester.
There we see what, you know, Leicester just being disruptive with the full court pressure. Rob Paternoster likes to play the 1-2-2, just full court pressure, just to break things up, be disruptive. Worcester weathered that.
Joseph puts up another three. Kofi Joseph
again.
Itenge almost gets a hand on it.
They missed a double dribble there.
Ward Hibbett. Well, that is definitely going to be a foul. I don't think it was intentional, but
no, yeah, and the possibility from this angle of, you know, could the referee have left that alone? However, I think they did a great job of leaving it to the point where Martin actually leant forwards. Yeah. And okay, yeah, as a coach, you're going to have to live with that call.
So, Coach Newby, timeout.
Yeah, look.
Which is different. The only difference really from a Leicester point of view, as you said, really good fast break basketball. 10 points off the fast break for Leicester, 6 for the Wolves.
Yeah, and I think Wolves have done a good job in being disruptive enough to hustling back on defence, getting their hands in passing lanes and taking the ball away from Leicester. We've seen, like we referred to earlier, a bit of pinball in the middle of the court. But that, to me, that goes in Worcester's favour because it says they're prepared to play defence, they're prepared to get back and be disruptive. And make Leicester earn their points.
Well, Josh Ward Hibbett strokes the first of those two. Once Leicester wants to get possession after this, it'll be 28 seconds.
From Leicester's point of view, the amount of points they've got from the free throw, they've got there regularly and they've knocked out their free throws.
That's right, Josh Ward Hibbett does it again. So 3-point game.
Here's Leicester with this 1-2-2 full court press.
Kofi Josephs. Edwards looking at the clock, 14 on the shot clock, 17 on the game clock.
Yeah, I think Worcester are going to hold for the last shot here, or well, they're going to hold to run it right down. Leave Leicester with about 3 or 4. Cortez getting to the basket.
Kicks it out to Julius Van Sowers. This time he drives in through the trees on the buzzer. Can't finish. Referee, well, they called shot clock violation with 2.6 seconds.
I must say I agree with that.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that Worcester were unfortunate there. They got 2 really good looks driving, you know, route 1 as we say, to the basket, not converting.
A good open look on the 3-point line. Not the case tonight. This defensive organisation has really rattled that ball movement for Worcester tonight.
It has indeed, and I think, you know, it's happened.
Scott puts it up right on the buzzer. Almost goes the Hail Mary, but it wasn't to be. So it's half time here in Worcester in the first leg of this BBL Cup game, and it's the Leicester Riders who lead by 37 points to 34. John, your wrap up on that first half.
Team, two teams are really built to go at it, and they're going at it head to head, as I said before. And great basketball.
Well, we've got another 2 quarters of this level of basketball, and one thing's for certain, it always seems to have been down the stretch over the years when these two teams have got together, even when, as we said, occasionally Worcester possibly haven't been firing on all cylinders. This has been the fixture where they've risen their game. Don't know what it is, maybe it's the crowd or something, but here we are again tonight, and suddenly there's a level of performance here which is top four stuff, having said which, Williams can't find that baby hook over the top.
Yeah, and I mean, look, I'll put my neck on the line and say, look at Leicester in the BBL over the recent years. They've been the measuring stick, realistically.
Yes.
That's why teams raise their game. That's why teams look at Leicester and say, you know, we want to beat this team. We can beat this team. We're putting ourselves on the map.
Van Sowers was left wide open, airballed the three. Matt Newby just
maybe a little upset with that, but again, good shot to take. If he's wide open, could he get to the basket? I think that's what Matt Newby would be upset about. Take the ball to the basket.
Oh, Jesse Chuku now at the top. Cartwright. Edwards not going to find his way around the screen. Jesse Chuku once again. Cartwright. Hard-arcing three from him. No good. Tough shot. Deep in the shot clock. 8:57 to play now in the third quarter of the ball game.
Piece of the ball. Picked up by Edwards.
Edwards has picked it up. Forcing reset on the shot clock. Joseph's.
What I like there is Worcester kick the ball back out, patience, let's use the 14 shot clock, let's get a better look than we've already got, let's not just go at the basket for the sake of it.
Joseph's really got away with the trouble there again. Van Sowers looking to atone, doesn't make it that time.
And you see it, Anderson coming down the floor there, encouraging the Leicester team to push the ball. They don't on that occasion, but that's where Leicester were really dangerous. For my liking, Worcester doing a good job there, getting back, make Leicester have to run an offence, don't give them easy scores.
Nelson Henry, he looks at the two, he can't find his way over Amir Williams. That's going to be a shot clock violation for sure. Good defence from Worcester.
Interesting.
Wow, referee called the foul. Was the shot clock expired? That is the question. And well, the crowd certainly think it was. Van Sowers having a word with Joseph, saying, I think technical foul is the call. So
interesting phase of play there.
That's technical foul. That's Amir Williams' third foul. So Kofi Joseph's just asking for an explanation of the call. Mark Hughes, well, he's looking slightly less diplomatic, shall we say.
And I think, look, from Worcester's point of view, okay, they've called the original foul, they've called a technical, walk away.
Yeah, well, Jamal Anderson couldn't pick up that point, so 3-point game now in favour of the Leicester Riders. 8:07 to play. Williams on 3 fouls now.
Yeah, which is maybe going to hurt Wolves. However, we've played just under the 2-minute mark, and Leicester have put 1 point on the board. Okay, Wolves haven't scored, but Leicester haven't come out like you normally expect them to do and dictated everything and got easy points.
Nelson Henry strokes the first, strokes the second, so with that,
if I'm Coach Newby, I kind of like that. Leicester have only got 2 points well, they have only got 2 points, and that's come from a technical foul.
Well, Kofi Josephs now for Worcester. Josephs dancing around the perimeter. Jamal Anderson is all over him. Edwards now, shake and bake from Edwards, drives inside, he kicks it out to Hughes, looks at the three, no good this time.
Again, I'd say if it's Hughes, the right shot to take, knock it down.
Name on right, fakes the three, pulls up just beyond the elbow, rims out, unlucky bounce for Name on right. Here comes Cortez Edwards leading the cavalry for Worcester. He's not going to find a way around Jamal Anderson that way, just about keeps a handle on the ball. Van Sowers.
Did well to keep the ball there, definitely.
Hughes.
Van Sowers battling inside.
Great work from Julius Van Sowers. Can't finish, picks up the junk in the junkyard, drops it in and finds those 2 points.
Great rebound and put back. Obviously wanted an offensive board stat.
3-point game now. Anderson. Crowd. Cries of defence now from the Worcester crowd.
Yeah, and Worcester are responding to that. They're being, smart on defence now. Limiting, like we said in the first quarter, they're limiting Leicester to that one shot, getting to the basket.
Oh, get out of town! Chuku throws him out.
that's the second or third time there that Worcester have got to the basket. They get into the basket. Okay, they're not finishing that, but they're threatening it, and Leicester are having to block the ball. You know, my liking. Later down the stretch, when Leicester want to block the ball, is it going to be a foul?
Well, Amir Williams is stretching for that for all he was worth. Cartwright has it. That's a kick ball from Edwards.
Yeah.
And he's saying deliberate to the referee. Referee is just indicating that sideline possession. So Martin Boutneck checking in now for Worcester. Calls as Edwards takes a breather. Edwards only on one foul. That's
just Worcester bringing Martin back. Different look, bit more, maybe slightly more patient, but a good sub. You know, bringing in good player for good player. There's no weakness come onto the floor now.
Well, name on right gets his pocket picked out of that double team, and here comes Mark Hughes for the Worcester Wolves. Hughes dances around that perimeter. That was a beautiful dish inside to Williams while he was looking for the foul. He needs to get back on defence. Anderson off the window at the other end for the Leicester Riders.
You know, one end there you're looking at and saying, was it or wasn't it a foul? And while that's happening, you're allowing Leicester to run the floor, get easy 2 points.
Yeah, coughed them up really. Martin Boutneck, Kofi Josephs. Oh, great work.
Great hustle there, Great job.
Keeps the ball alive. Cartwright. Still Cartwright. Floats it over the top. Great finish. Great finish with 5:38 to play. And so now it is the Leicester Riders out to a 7-point lead over the Worcester Wolves.
Yeah, Leicester just putting a little run here together. I think it's key and important to how Worcester come back to this.
Yeah.
Come back from this to the other side.
Hughes. Foul is called. It's going to be on Nelson Henry, so he's going to take a breather. Andy Thompson checks back in.
That's his first, isn't it?
Yeah.
University of Worcester Arena. Let's go, Worcester, let's go.
Yeah, no need for the headache remedies just yet for Coach Rob Paternostro. Kofi Josephs, this time he kicks it out to Mark Hughes for three. Airballs that one. Van Sowers has it. He goes to Boutneck. Josephs at the top. He just didn't spot him. He was looking for the ball. Van Sowers goes hard inside. Van Sowers draws the foul. So second team foul of the quarter for Leicester. We'll have a quick look at what's going on down in the other semi-final. First leg down in London. London City Royals leading there only by 3 points, 50 points to 47. It's all going on tonight. Williams just couldn't hang on to that. Now it's name on right. Hands it off to Cartwright. Lays it in off the window. Beautiful play from the Leicester Riders. Classy finish from Cartwright.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, look, from my point of view there.
The fire regulations here in the arena, but obviously the prize here, a place in that cup final on the 26th, Sunday the 26th of January. In a little while we'll tell you how to get tickets for the final, and it is a great day's entertainment for sure. Jamel Anderson just gets his hand into the pass there. Boutneck, Hughes.
What's the getting an 8-second call there?
8-second violation. Don't get over the front court.
And there we see again. You know, Leicester coming out 1-2-2 full court, just being disruptive, getting hands in the passing lane, not necessarily stealing the ball, but doing enough to make the turnover.
Well, 4:56 to play, so Leicester really doing what they do. It's one of those things, isn't it, John? You know, I always say about Leicester, and I think to an extent, certainly, maybe, or definitely Newcastle for sure. You know, as Thompson sinks to three. It's one of those where if you plot them on a graph, it's a straight line through the game. It doesn't really matter what's happening around them. Rob Paternostro's got a way of just keeping those players focused on that level of performance.
Exactly, he has. Yeah, he's done it for, you know, year in, year out. And the thing is with, you know, Rob being the coach of the years, I know he comes under fire sometimes for how he'll get into referees, he'll jump up and down, shouting ball. It's effective though.
Oh, no good.
You know, he doesn't do it for no reason. He's very, very passionate, and he wants to win. And you can see that within his players, that he's, you know, the way he motivates them to play.
Jesse Chuku put the three up. Worcester couldn't deal with it. Coughed up another 2 points, and now Leicester have put plenty of fresh air between themselves and Worcester.
And here we see Leicester again, just, you know, bit of 1-2-2 full court pressure with Jamal at the front, just winding it up, yeah, being disruptive. No, they've realised it's working, so let's keep doing it. Worcester are going to weather the storm, start knocking down some shots and come back.
Josephs, Williams, and that's going to be a foul. Jump ball. The referee's called the jump ball. So, possession arrow points the way of Leicester. So Riders will have that ball on the end line.
And that's another thing when nothing seems to be going Worcester's way at the moment, and not even the possession arrow.
Well, it's a 14-point game with 3:34 to play in the third quarter. And of course, another 40 minutes in this contest after tonight. Andy Thompson, he's found his stroke from downtown, dead eye, and the three-point shooter.
The thing there for me is what we said in the first half. Van Sowers was picking up Thompson, so when Van Sowers was on him, Andy's just stepping out onto the three-point line, knocking his three down. Now he's got Williams picking him up.
Joseph is knocked out of Ben by Jesse Chuku, but this time the foul is called.
And for me, in periods now, 30 seconds or 1 or 3 or 4 plays, Worcester have settled for a jump shot. They get success when they get to the basket. Okay, a couple of times they got blocked. Keep going to it. If you get in there, the fouls will come.
Subs on both sides now. Josh Ward-Hibbert checking in for Leicester. Van Sowers as Amir Williams takes a breather.
And something that when route one wasn't working for Leicester, they kept getting to the free throw line. I think Worcester need to do exactly the same now. Not all of our shots are dropping. Let's get to the basket. Let's get them into some form of foul trouble where we can, but knock our shots down from the free throw line.
Cartwright, it's come off the leg of Raheem Thompson, and he knows it. Another player who
vastly experienced
and is just loving the game right now.
Exactly, yeah. And I mean, remember, Worcester is still a young team. They've got May Thompson and 1 or 2 others, Boutneck, vastly experienced. Kofi Joseph, a young guy, but has a lot of experience. But they are still a young team. And to be playing at this level, they're not doing a bad job at all. Great help on
right. So good this time. That's got to be
jump ball should go Worcester's way.
Yeah, Worcester possession. Name on right from the corner. Couldn't finish.
But I like the hustle and the closeout from Worcester there. May Thompson going literally from one side of the key right out to the three-point line on the opposite side, and covering that ground quickly, helping his team out, and eventually they come up with something good. Again, we see disruption from Leicester.
Yep.
And I think Worcester have got to, find a way around this, the 1-2-2 press here.
Van Sowers trying to find a way around Andy Thompson. He is going to go to the line for the bonus. That was a big score.
And like we talked about, like I said earlier, keep going to the basket. The fouls will come, and we see it right there. Makes the 2, gets the foul. He's going to go to the line for 1.
Van Sowers to the line for 1.
Great work from Julius Van Sowers. Had a bit of a tough game so far tonight. He makes the bonus.
But the thing is, keep going at it. Keep going at it. The game isn't over yet.
So Cartwright, Thompson,
and I think Coach Paternoster has now realised that, and the Leicester players. Unlucky Kofi.
Yeah,
good effort.
Good idea. Didn't come off. Cartwright now for Leicester.
Amir Williams for Worcester isn't in the game at the moment. So I mean, look at Leicester. They're quite happily bundling in.
And name on right off the backboard.
And I think Worcester just need to be smart defensively. Keep hustling and knock down shots.
It's a gargantuan defensive effort from Leicester. Joseph from way downtown. End of the shot clock. No good. May Thompson. Get it off the window. Rebound. They have it once again.
Right there. Stick at it. Keep getting the ball. Don't be satisfied until the ball goes in the basket. Get down the other end. Hustle on defense. Let's get some stops and you're right back in the game.
Well, Cortez Edwards. He's a man never to give up. And all of a sudden, indeed. Scoreboard behaving a bit oddly.
There you go, get a stop, and I think a foul as well. Foul called.
Absolutely, and that is going to put Riders in the bonus with 1:02 to play in the third quarter. So that is going to be Mark Hughes to the line. It's a 14-point game, so it's a steep enough hill to climb, but plenty of time to climb it.
But and doable, I think doable.
So Mark Hughes on the line for Worcester. Doesn't get the bounce with that one, Mark Hughes.
But I think Worcester, like we said earlier, Worcester are going about the things right. You know, they're getting defensive stops. They're forcing Leicester into, fouling them, getting to the free throw line, keeping that game score ticking over.
Josh Ward-Hibbert, Anderson, Scott. Right now for Leicester. Name on right, did a good job of isolating, but got into Andy Thompson. Andy Thompson, baby hook surely over the top. That was interrupted. Great work from Jamel Anderson to pick up the afters.
And yeah, really, really nice passing from Leicester there.
Cortez Edwards, Kofi Josephs. Goes to Van Sowers. Van Sowers this time runs through the trees, kicks it out to May Thompson. Unbalanced on the shot, he knocks down the triple.
Great job.
Important score that.
Great job from May Thompson knocking that out.
So, and Edwards fouls name on right, not to be confused with Trayvon Wright, of course.
Yeah,
as if it wasn't confusing enough.
Exactly.
Yeah, Trayvon, of course, the wrong season.
Yeah, he was at Leicester a couple of years ago.
Absolutely right.
Another
absolutely
great
right.
Player.
There you go. See what I did there?
Yeah, absolutely right.
Scott,
always a professional.
Well, I don't know about that. Well, right at the top.
I'll tell you what, that last play just there, I actually saw the Cortez Edwards foul, and I thought, why are we fouling there? But actually, then look at the game clock. 4.4 seconds left on the clock.
This first leg encounter, BBL Cup Semi Final. Leicester Riders with the inbounds ball. It's going to be name on right to get us underway. Scott now.
And I think it's important for Worcester to come out strong here, get some stops, get to the basket, try and get Leicester into a bit of foul trouble.
Scott goes inside and Williams is called for. That's going to be his fourth foul. Yeah, that is going to give
interest. Well.
So now, what does Coach Newby do? And he's scratching his head right now.
No, the Leicester fans that are in the building starting to get into the game as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, there we go.
Mind you, Cortez Edwards, he's getting into the basket. Oh, Cortez Edwards skywalks his way to the hoop. 10-point game.
And this is where Worcester need to capitalise on things. Leicester coming down the floor, running screen and roll offence.
Josh Ward-Hibbert, Scott now at the top. Goes it off to top.
Goes back door, gets his pocket picked. Great job, Worcester.
Picked off again. Martin Batnick, the Worcester captain now, gets us over the timeline. Batnick, he's at the top, just takes the pop out of the offence. Goes to Josephs. Kofi Josephs got Williams inside. Williams, that's a great matchup with Andy Thompson. Williams this time, I think. Great end line ball. In fact, Andy Thompson put his hand up for the foul there, but called as an end line ball. I thought he got a piece of the ball, to be honest. But 6 to 1 off, a dozen of the other probably.
Yeah, very diplomatic there. I'm glad you said that.
So Van Sowers now has come back in, and he's got a big pair of shoes to fill right now.
Yeah, and I think look. From Worcester's point of view right now, let's play this out. Let's play physical hard basketball. Not that we want to foul out, but let's contain them as much as possible. Make every shot for them difficult.
Well, here goes Edwards again. It's the Cortez Edwards show tonight. He's picked it off again. Hands it off to Kofi Josephs.
Great defense there from Leicester, picking up the open 3-point shooter though. got that well scouted.
Just take the wind out of it. 13 on the shot clock. Beautiful dish inside to Julius Van Sowers.
Great job.
Full of jam.
There we go.
8:30 to play. Fourth quarter.
8-point game. It's not over. It's not over.
Well, it's single figures once again. And here comes Name on right for Leicester. He goes around the corner. He's bumped off the ball. May Thompson, I think, was whistled for that one. And that is going to be for... No, Julius Van Sowers second. So May Thompson will live to fight another day. It's just the Riders with subs.
I mean, that's the second time, second or third time in a row Leicester have come down and they've run dribble handoff offence, run some time off the clock, and literally looking pick and pop to the basket and get an easy drive. Worcester have managed so far to get a couple of steals, broke the play up, and have been successful. So
Nelson Henry, who's checked in for Andy Thompson.
Great job from the ball.
Air ball picked up by, again, Cortez Edwards, just drives inside, kicks it out to Kofi Joseph. It's only at the goal! Off the window, 4-point play, second one of the night for Kofi Joseph. I mean, you could not make this stuff up.
Hey, look, the arena's come alive all of a sudden. Wolves are back in the game, getting the home fans into this game. This is what counts.
Well, Rob Paternostro once again, he's giving that rueful glance to one of the referees.
And hey, look, that's a great call. That is a great call.
We're going in minus whatever it may be, but that's what it is.
Yes.
And he's right, of course.
Yes.
It is only half time.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right.
Well, Kofi Joseph to make this 4-point play on the line. I'll let the crowd tell you if it goes in. It doesn't. So.
And I think again, Worcester needs to again lock in. 8 minutes to play. Let's lock in on defence. We can get back in this game. We're proving to ourselves, no matter who's on the floor, if we play hard. And there we go.
Cortez Edwards once
again.
again.
Hands active, being active on the defensive end, being disruptive, breaking things up.
Just a hand in front of Nelson Henry to pick that ball off.
Yep. And right away, Martin Backneck, bringing the ball down, taking a bit of air out the ball, and we get a good shot.
Edwards, well, he doesn't get the bounce, but he strips the ball away again. Short now. He's going to go to the line for two.
And I like Worcester's energy here. To me, Leicester have come out a little bit flat. Worcester are more the aggressive side right here. Coach Newby's obviously said, you've got to get yourselves back in the game. They're responding to that.
Well, it was a 14-point deficit that they've managed to claw their way back from at the start of this quarter. And doesn't make the first of those two.
I think, like I said earlier, free throws here are key.
And Cortez Edwards doesn't make any mistake with the second of those two. So
good job. And interestingly, Worcester now, a bit of full court pressure just to be disruptive. Not looking for a steal or a foul, just looking to be a disruptive. Some great communication from the Wolves defence right here. Any young players watching, talking on defence constantly. Shout out to my team all the while.
Kicks it out to Cartwright through the tree. You can't finish. I think they got a piece of the ball. Shot clock violation.
Hey, Leicester were looking for a foul there. There wasn't a foul there. And for my liking, Leicester switched off. Great job, Worcester. Good defensive stop again. I think that's 2 or 3.
Well, I said in the top of the show tonight, this could dish up a classic, and it's delivering.
It's delivering. It's a 4-point game.
Absolutely. This is a V6 on all cylinders right here.
Unlucky, just cocked it.
Anderson just picks it up.
Oh!
Well, he's nerfed Kofi Joseph off the ball, but he's gone out of bounds, and that is going to be a Wolves ball from the sideline. It's a 4-point game, 6:44 to play in the fourth quarter.
And I like the way that was played out, to be quite honest with you. I thought that was very interesting the way that played out. And Worcester end up with a sideline ball. To be perfectly honest, if I was Coach Newby, I'd be saying to my players, take care of the ball here. Let's get a good look, knock our shot down. Let's not cough it up. Let's not be sloppy.
And Martin Bautnick now for Worcester goes to Josephs. Josephs just indicating the play that he wants, drives inside. He can't finish. Josh Wood-Hibbett comes up with it.
And I like this when Worcester get that second, they get the drive to the basket, and they get that secondary look around the basket. That's where they've been successful so far.
Cartwright turned around, the ball was gone. They did great work to get it back. And name on right drives inside, and the referee says blocking foul is the call.
Ooh. Maybe
disagreement. I think the referee on the far side, he's called basket good. Technical. So that foul called on Van Sauer. So Van Sauer's on 3 fouls.
So they call a blocking foul on Van Sauers, followed by a technical on Van Sauers. Certainly a technical on somebody else, I'm sure who that was on.
So name on right on the line, and a referee just conferring. Okay, so here we go again. Name on right on the line. Strikes the first of those 2. So that pushes the lead out to 7. And so Van Sauers checks out, and Amir Williams checks in. Amir Williams carrying 4.
Yeah, look, hey, bring the guy back. Let's see what effect he has in the game.
Yeah.
Play with no fear now. Leicester bringing the full court pressure, a bit of man-to-man pressure. Well, the Leicester players obviously doing the splits there as well to stand his feet.
Crossing up right.
Yeah.
He's crossing him up right there at the top. Hughes is being bundled out of it. May Thompson, he goes around.
Great job by Amir Williams there.
So Worcester have the arrow and have the possession.
Great job. That was a crucial rebound.
So Cortez Edwards on the inbounds pass. 1 second, pass and shoot. So shot clock expired. So wow, it's a 7-point ball game. 5:48 to play.
And Leicester just gone about their business there. They just kept the scoreboard ticking over again. Haven't done anything exactly fantastic, but they've just kept it ticking over.
Cartwright now for Leicester. Cartwright. Anderson drives inside. Good work from him to find his way to the hole, but he can't finish.
Stuff.
Picked off by Amir Williams. Cortez Edward once again switches on the afterburners. Hughes. He looked at the 3.
And I think Leicester are doing a good job of chasing Worcester off the 3-point line here.
Hughes puts up the 3. No good. There's Edwards again. That's going to be a Wolves ball from the end line. 14 on the shot clock off the inbounds pass. So Wolves with a bit of time to craft something from here. Go out to Boutnick. Boutnick tying it up. It goes out to Raheem. May Thompson can't finish. Great work by Amir Williams. Oh, what a finish! Under all kinds of pressure.
Great finish by Williams there. Took a lot of contact. Finish off the play. That's what we like. And Worcester still sticking around in this game. Leicester aren't running away with it.
No, it's a 5-point game. I mean, in theory, it's a 2-shot game. Cartwright now at the top. Good hang from him.
And there we go. Worcester with a good rebound.
Yeah, a good hang also from Cortez Edwards. Shakes him right outside off the window. No good. Doesn't go. Leicester have it.
Really feel for Cortez there. Did everything right. Got to the basket. Didn't quite finish. Didn't get the home court brim roll. Leicester just being a bit patient here, going about the business.
Kicks it out to right. He can't finish the 3 this time.
That's key for me there. They've taken time off the clock.
Right there from Cartwright, but he gets his pocket picked by Cortez Edwards. And now here comes Martin Boutnick, the captain for Worcester. Boutnick's at the top. He puts up the 3. No good this time. Worcester
And that was me about to say Worcester had switched off. They need to get a steal, need to get the rebound, and now they go pick the pocket again.
Well, 5-point game with 3:45 to play. Edwards was looking for a way to back that away from Jesse Chuku. This time right again, drives inside.
Tops it up.
Yeah. Hands it to Hughes. Hughes, great dish to Cortez. Edwards, what a finish.
And that's just good basket, solid basketball.
Absolutely.
Play the two-man game, get to the basket, finish it off. Like that a lot.
3-point game now. Jamel Anderson for the Leicester Riders. Cartwright, Anderson cross court. Well,
great hands by Edwards there.
He got a piece of it. Anderson is muscling his way inside. This time it's Amir Williams.
Gets his hands in there.
So here they come again, Martin Boutnick. Edwards pulls up, jacks up the three. No good this time.
And this is what, Worcester aren't being successful from the three-point line. They're being successful when they get the, your 16-foot jump shots, they get to the basket. Let's keep going back to that. Leicester, look, to me, they're starting to look a little tired with the 5 they got on the floor, and they're taking a lot of time out of the clock.
Chuku jacks up the three. No good this time. Hughes, good ball from him. We said they're going to crash the boards tonight, Worcester. So here comes Martin Boutnick. Hughes. Not really about the stats at this stage of the game. 2:26 to play. 3 team fouls on the board for Wolves, 2 for Riders. They go in now to Amir Williams, the big man. He goes over the top of Chuku. He can't finish though this time. Too soft.
Yeah.
Cartwright picks it up, switches on the afterburners. Can't finish. Ball is loose. That is going to be a Riders ball.
Great hustle from Wolves there. Really great hustle. I mean, rebound and run is Leicester's game. They're really good at it. Rob had an Ostra. Every team he's coached so far, along his career, they have been absolutely A1 route to the basket with this. And Worcester are doing a good job of getting stops when they're doing what I would class them to be probably the best in the game at.
All right, fakes it. And that is going to be a foul on Mark Hughes on the floor.
Yeah. And I think Worcester, Worcester have done a really good job so far of, getting across the road, stopping Leicester from getting round the corner, getting their feet and body into the lane and playing really good defence.
So, Cartwright.
Great job there, as you see, Andy Thompson wanted the ball inside.
There goes Kofi Josephs. Oh my word! No good, mate. Thompson can't get to it. Andy Thompson picks it up. It's the battle of the Thompsons up there.
Yeah.
Cartwright.
The three's just not going for Worcester at the moment.
Thompson goes inside, goes to Anderson, goes to Cartwright.
Great ball movement from Leicester here.
Right inside, Chuku travelled with it. So that's going to be a turnover. 1 minute 36 to play. Wolves on 14 fouls right now.
Yeah.
So
time out, Matt Newby. And I think the message from Coach Newby is going to be: we're getting the open looks on the three. Play defence. We've stopped them 3-4 times down the court. Defence has been good. It's our offence at the moment. I think from Leicester's point of view, they've not kept the game score ticking over. I think Coach Paternoster will say, look, there's a minute and change left in the game. Let's put some daylight between ourselves and Worcester, and we'll go again in a few weeks' time.
Yeah, it was that 11-point run, really, that got Worcester right back into this game. And all of a sudden, it's a 3-point game. So
I think for Worcester, it's about playing smart, being patient, and execution.
Well, here comes Kofi Josephs, drives inside, thrown out. Shot clock has gone. Anderson has it. Cartwright now for the Leicester Riders.
I think route one to the basket there was the right decision. Okay, he got blocked. Let's get lock in on defence now. This is key for Worcester. Let's lock in and get a stop. Come across and help.
Andy Thompson. Mismatch there with Cortez Edwards. Chuku with the mid-range 2 jumper, and with that we're into the last minute of this first leg BBL Cup Semi Final between the Leicester Riders and the Worcester Wolves.
Yeah.
Here comes Edwards, jacks up the 3. This time it's no good.
Great job from Williams.
Great ball from Amir Williams.
Again, we go to the 3-point line, no success. We go inside 2 points.
3-point game.
There is another game to go. At the end of this, we're at half-time. I can't stress this enough.
Yep, absolutely.
There's another game to go. Yes, you've got to go to Leicester and play, That's a big job in itself. As we see Cortez Edwards just, banging around with Andy Thompson there. But hey, let's stop them. Again, a little stop on defence.
Yeah.
Let's get the ball up the floor. One play left in the game. Let's execute.
Done a lot of force to the error, made Thompson. Edwards now switches on the afterburners.
Great
goes
job.
through the trees.
Great job.
Cortez Edwards find his
1
way to
point
the
game,
hole.
14 seconds. Let's get a stop. Can they tie the game up here? Can they get a stop? Almost. Great hustle from Worcester. Getting after it. Okay, we'll take the foul.
Foul game. That's going to put Anderson on the line.
But I like the hustle. I love the hustle from Worcester right there. At 1 or 2 passes into that, you thought Worcester were going to get a turnover here. Leicester were literally scrambling around to get the ball.
Yeah, well, it's a 1-point game, so Jamel Anderson is on the line to shoot 2. So
he hits these both. Coach Newby takes a timeout. It still could be a tie game at the end.
He doesn't make the first, Jamel Anderson. So Andy Thompson having a word. Do you miss it and take the points? Probably not at this stage of the game.
You could. Let's see what happens.
No good. Williams has it. 5 seconds to play. Here comes Kofi Joseph.
Oh, lucky.
Stripped away. Amir Williams and Jamel Anderson.
Now,
goes to put it up.
Me, the hooter had gone before the foul.
Well, the referees are just going to confer on that.
How's the VAR looking?
Well, the VAR, I'm not sure the battery in my mouse can cope with any more drama this season. So Amir Williams was whistled for the foul, and that puts Andy Thompson on the line with time expired on the clock.
Hey. Look,
Jamel Anderson, I should say, I beg your pardon.
He's just missed 2 free throws, yeah? Put him on there, he might make one, he might make both. It's going to be a maximum of a 3-point game.
Well, absolutely, which is, well, it's nothing.
It's a one-shot game.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not a blow. Look, end of the third quarter, Worcester are down 14. Coach Newby's got to be the happier the coach here. His team have fought back.
Yeah.
They've come right back into this game. Okay, there have been the odd possession here and there where they've had good looks from the 3-point line, not knocked it out. That happens. Live with it.
Well, Jamel Anderson now is on the line. They put 0.1 seconds back on the game clock. So,
and that'll be right. The guys that are on the table, great crew on the table. Can't say enough for them. Rob Cox and the rest of the table officials. Those guys are very, very good.
So
great job on their behalf.
Anderson is on the line. 1-point game. This essentially takes us to half-time in the semi-final tie. Anderson this time strokes the first of those 2.
Yeah, and crucial shots, Yeah.
Pressure shots.
And pressure shots. Another game to go. What he's knocking down here could eventually win the 2-game leg of the affair for them.
And he makes a second. Well,
Worcester could get a shot off here.
Well, I think that's going to be all she wrote here at the Worcester Arena. So it's the end of the first leg semi-final of the BBL Cup. And what a game of basketball we have had tonight, John.
Yeah, we have. Look, it's